the way to be. Use that, you channel that into your
Sorry about that. A new, hi everybody online. We're talking about upcoming events. We have a student recital tomorrow at the Loomis's house, which is at what time? 2 o'clock. Yes.
It says noon at your website. What? No, that is not.
I'm sorry?
It says 12 a.m. The website.
No, that's a place setter time because we don't really publicize the time of that recital because it's a private residence. But it's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. On April 5th, we have a student recital here at First Congregational. And we usually have, Leah's going to be telling you in a minute or two about our upcoming presentation, which will be upstairs. But I also wanted to thank our sponsors of our presentations and master classes, Carol McCullum and Ishiban Restaurant, Jenny Chen.
Is that even open
responsible for us
anymore?
being able to have these wonderful programs. And we have Practice for Pets happening through the rest of this month. Sam Austin, who was originally scheduled to play today, is in charge of Practice for Pets. However, they have had a tragedy in their family. Her father passed away kind of unexpectedly, although he's an elder man. So I'm not sure whether there will be any changes to the instructions that are online for Practice for Pets. If there are, I will put out that announcement through email. We have a big spring benefit concert coming up on March 30th, and it will be at Lipinski Auditorium on the UNC Asheville campus. We also have, thanks to Marilyn's printing and Bill Bear's getting the flyers together, we have some nice flyers over there. If you have a place to post one or want to show it to someone, please take one or however many different places you have to post those, because this is one of our major fundraisers for our student assistant funds. And then, starting even before the spring benefit, if I can find it, yes, registration begins for the piano competition on 2 weeks before April 3rd. I didn't write down the date, but all of the instructions for the piano competition are on the website. You just click on events, activities, and the drop-down menu has Asheville Piano Competition. Click on that, and you will find all the information you need. And we're going to have some wonderful performances, I'm sure. We do every year. It's a wonderful event, and we'll need lots of Piano Forum volunteers to help make it run. So might want to keep the date of May 3rd as the actual on your radar. I was asked to say a little bit about the $4,000 grant we received from the Community Foundation of Western North Carolina. What are we using that money for? It is for general support. However, in our grant, we said that we would use it to try to increase our presence in the community and our membership and our outreach to various people. And of course, when our fall, and it's for the 25-26 season that we asked for that support. So we will be using it some of it for publicity and outreach for the fall benefit concert, because that's our biggest way of drawing in people to come see what we do. And also, our website may need some updating, and so those are the types of things we'll be using it for. Jenna, question?
Yeah, could some of that money be funneled into the student assistance?
Well, that's not what we requested the grant for. And the grant was supposed to be kind of general operating support money. So, but we do, fortunately, we had the $2,000 grant from, or it's not a grant, it was a donation from the Howard Hanger Fund and Legacy Fund. And that is going to our outreach classes. We have, of course, any new member that we get, we often will utilize, if we're able to, we utilize membership money to support our student assistant awards because it is earned income. So we do have a number of ways we can make those things happen. Any other questions before I turn things over to, oh, well, just a little something. We have Teresa's been very generous with her time this morning, giving the Masterclass. And we do have a little thank you for her. It's over there, Teresa. So when you get a chance, you can go see it. It has a little something in it too. All right, yes, Sharon.
Karen, yes, if I could just have a little announcement. It does interfere with NCMTA up here, but, the contest, but on March 7th and 8th, we will have the 46th Annual Piano Festival in the eastern part of the state. If any of the students or teachers are interested, it's not too late to enter your students. We have divisions we have 7 divisions from kindergarten through high school. And our guest artist this year is Dr. Paul Sanchez, marvelous teacher and pianist.
Wonderful.
You want to share and forward that? If you forward a link to me, I'll forward it to the membership.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, Leo, I'm going to turn it over to you for more news about presentations and introduction today.
That's right. Hi, everyone. Good morning. And
Leo, excuse me, could you come forward just a little bit? Perfect. Thank you.
so, first of all, I echo Karen in saying how great it is to see a lot of different and new faces, and of course the usual ones here. Thanks for joining us. For those who don't know me, my name is Dr. Leonidas Lagramus, and I am presentations chair for the forum this year. This is our third of 4 presentations this year. We've had a wonderful, wonderful lineup. We had Marilyn present this year. We've had Jenna present in the past before as well. And actually, Teresa has presented before as well for us. So she is back as well. I wanted to put a couple things on your radar. You'll forgive the phone shuffling here, but as I mentioned, this is the third of 4 presentations, our 4th and final one. I don't want to call myself the presenter, but I'm the curator for our 4th and final presentation on Debussy's Sound World. It's going to be an exploration on the music of Claude Debussy, and we actually have, by my count, at least 3 featured performers on this in here. I know Eric is performing, Sharon is performing, Les is performing. I'm going to try to get Marilyn to do some Bill Evans on the program as well. So this will be a really fantastic program on Saturday, May 17th. So put that on your calendars. And actually, if you're a Piano Forum member, it should already be on your calendar, at least if you're following the Piano Forum calendar. And that will be, as Karen said, we're going to take advantage of the wonderful piano in the sanctuary upstairs. So free event, please come. Oh, my other announcement, we've been using these presentations we've been fortunate, to have this wonderful space to use for our presentations this year, and I wanted to do a little thank you to Eric for he back there, music director here. And we have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful treasure trove of piano music that Eric is hoping to give away. So it's not here yet, but it's upstairs in his office, and especially if you are a new person here or haven't been here before to a meeting, please see Eric afterwards. Eric, you have a whole bunch of scores to give out.
Piano music, chamber music, concerti, popular music, classical music, you name it, we've got it upstairs for free.
Okay, I helped Eric lug it all upstairs last time, and nothing would make me happier than to lug it all back downstairs.
And we have a little basket
Oh.
that we'll take up there, that you can put a donation for music if you think it's worth something to you. We will accept all of it.
Happily accept.
So we can take it back after the.
Oh, yeah. Eric, raise your hand again. Go see him for all the free music you could ever want. I still have carloads of it in my car, but yes, it's all there. Okay, so for those who are unfamiliar with the Masterclass format, I just want to emphasize it's not a concert, okay? It's not a performance. These are works in progress, and we're here today not to listen to a final performance, but we're here today to learn. Okay, whether we're performing, whether we're teachers, whether we're just happen to stumble in as an audience member and want to hear music today, we're here to learn. And in the Masterclass format, you know, we're here to, well, what's the word I'm looking for? We're here just to explore, really. This is all about giving our students ideas, and the best Masterclasses sometimes are the ones where we leave with more questions about the music and we can continue to explore it further. So this is all part of works in progress, and I do want to emphasize and say thank you to our three student performers today who will be here, because this is a big deal. You know, sometimes we adults, we teachers can take events like this for granted, but I do want to say thank you to our performers who are here today and to their parents as well. So a big round of applause even before we hear a note. And we'll let them introduce themselves and their pieces here in a bit. For all of these presentations, I do a truncated version of a biography of our guest. For this one, I really have to truncate the biography because there's so much interesting stuff about our presenter, Dr. Teresa Sumpter, but I'll cover the highlights as best as I can. She's currently the coordinator of keyboard studies at Mars Hill University, where she teaches deep breath, applied piano, group piano, piano literature, piano pedagogy, and music history. She has a PhD in music ed with emphasis in piano pedagogy, as well as her master's in performance and pedagogy from University of Oklahoma, where she studied with Jane McGraw, Edward Gates, and I just found out has a direct lineage, pedagogically speaking, to Arthur Schnabel. Didn't know this. Yes, amazing. Executive director for 2 regional orchestras. She's performed, adjudicated, presented throughout the country, all kinds of recital programs throughout the region, and for NCMTA, she's presented on the symphonies of Johann Sebastian Bach. Way too many forums here to list, and for those of you in academia, she served as a visiting evaluator for the National Association of Schools of Music, NASM, which in fact, Western is going to theirs next year, so it's a big deal. And finally, she has a 2019 album, Musical Moments, including the complete Momo Musico by Franz Schubert, the F-sharp minor Fantasy by Mendelssohn, and the world premiere of Sonata No. 4 for piano by Michael Young. On top of all this, she is a faithful AAPF member, and we're so pleased and privileged to have her here today. So I'll let her introduce herself first and kind of run the masterclass as she wishes. So please welcome.
I think we should just get started with the music. I think we're starting with the Haydn, right? Yeah, Haydn Sonata, and tell everybody exactly what you're playing today. This is hard.
Maybe you can tell us where he goes to school and how old he is.
Yeah, where do you go to school and how old you are?
So I do online school. I go to Logos Online School. There's a real physical school of it based in Idaho. It's a classical school, so I've learned things like Latin in there. And I'm 17, and I will be performing the Sonata in D major by Haydn. The exposition specifically, not the whole thing, that'd be very long. And yeah, that's about it. Yes?
Cool. Thank you.
Just go ahead and...
Yeah, you need to adjust the bench, is that good? Go lower?
Yeah, probably did the...
That's the right direction.
Okay.
That looks like Les was there last time. One of our members, Les, likes to be above the
Right,
piano.
right, that's loud, yeah, that's all good. Yeah.
Sorry, Les.
That's all good. Yeah, so now, Les and I went to graduate school together
Oh, really?
at the
Okay.
University of Oklahoma. Yeah, been friends a long time. It is going down.
Just a little.
My little.
There you go. That's fine. Some work, or need to go lower?
I think this is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need, right here. That's good.
Mr. Sumpter, I'm so sorry, I forgot. I'll be keeping time for you, and I'll just like a 1 minute.
Great, thank you so much.
Sorry, I forgot
No,
to-
no, that's okay. Nice job, Carter. How long have you been working on this?
Sort of off and on, I guess, for about like, I guess like maybe, because I was doing it a while ago, like maybe 6 months ago, and I did like the splash page for like a month or so.
Okay.
And then we've been like recently been playing it for like a few months along with the other song that I'm gonna play.
Great, great, wonderful, wonderful. And how long have you been taking lessons? Lessons.
That's also off and on a little bit.
Yeah.
Just got back to it after I guess like a 2-year break, I think.
Okay,
But I guess total like maybe around 7 years or so.
wonderful.
We add it all up.
Is this your first Haydn, or have you played Haydn before?
It's my first time. I
That's
guess.
your first time. Wonderful. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. So, tell me about Haydn. What was his? What's his? What period? What period of music is he from? Where did he live? Do you know anything about him? Haydn.
I did look into him a little bit, but I think I forgot.
Okay. So, would you say that he's like Baroque, classical, romantic? Which period would you put him in? You think? Is he like in the Mozart? You think he's with like Mozart and Beethoven, or do you think he's later? What would you say?
Doesn't really sound romantic. I know the other piece I did is romantic.
Yes, right. So probably classical.
Yeah.
right? The
Yeah.
classical, yeah, right.
Okay.
So, indeed, right, with all this Alberti bass, right, which is sort of a classical thing. Have you played any Mozart? Have you done any Mozart?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right, notice, right, you've done this before then, right? Yeah, this kind of accompaniment pattern?
It seems familiar.
Yeah, seems familiar, okay, sounds good. So, I'd like to start at the beginning and talk about some dynamic contrast in the way you start. So, I know this is edited, but, and of course, because Haydn didn't put in a lot of dynamic markings, right?
Yeah.
So everything in light is somebody else's interpretation, right? That's a thing that we pianists do for each other, because Haydn didn't, right? Just like Mozart didn't put in a lot of that information. So, but he said forte, and I agree with that we should start forte. So I'm wondering if we could start again and maybe start a little stronger, right?
Okay.
Yeah, can you play the beginning again? A little stronger, a little more emphasis on that. Could you do me a favor, just to try it, and don't roll that, and just play it straight. And just make sure that that D comes in with it. Make sure actually, yeah, and actually it wouldn't be bad for it to come in right, this C sharp, to come in right with that D major chord, so we get that little bit of a bite. Actually, try it once. A little bit and more, a little bit more. When you play, yeah. May I touch your arm? No, go ahead.
Uh-oh.
No, go ahead. That's okay. May I touch your arm? Is that okay? So think about when you're hitting that note, when you're hitting that you hit it, and that you make there's like a little motion after it, right? In science, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. And so when we play, right, the way we play, right, when we touch those keys depends on how that hammer hits that string, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the more velocity you have to the point of sound, right? The more velocity you have, the louder that's going to be.
Right.
Okay? So, do you play baseball?
No.
Yeah, ever played baseball? Ever thrown a ball?
Sometimes.
Ever thrown a ball?
Yeah, I've thrown a
yeah, right? So, when you throw a ball, do you just throw it?
No, because it just fall down.
No, right, because it doesn't do, right? You have to what?
You have to
wind up,
get
right?
some velocity.
Yeah, you have to get some velocity, right? And so we can use our arms to do that, right? Yeah, we can use our arms to do that.
Okay.
Let me show you a second. Let me show you. Watch. So, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm doing? And then when I've let it go, because every action there has to be an opposite reaction, then I do it's like a circle, right? And think of the arms going this way. Just try it and see if you can't get a little, that helps you with the sound. And you can roll it. I just prefer it not to be rolled, but that's just my personal opinion. Everybody's different.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Do we start
So-
from in or
So,
out?
yeah, start in and then out. So down and out. Down
Okay.
and out. Down and out. Yeah. Yeah, back. There we go. Yeah. Keep going. Yeah, it's good. And I love that because what is that little squiggly thing called that looks a little bit like a mustache that's not been trimmed properly? Actually.
A trill?
Yeah, it's a trill. It's a trill. It's a trill. And what is the point of the trill? What is it? Look at that right? That's supposed to start on an F sharp, right? The note above. You're doing a great job, right? Starts on the note above, right? In this time period, trills start on the note above. So what do you think Haydn's wanting us to hear with that? Because that F sharp, is that in this chord?
No. So I guess
No, it's
he's
not.
emphasizing the E?
No, he's actually wanting to hear for just a second, right? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, so it's good for it to come right in with that E.
Okay.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. Do you know what I mean?
So like
Sorry,
at
I
the
said
same
that wrong.
time?
Sorry. Right? I don't know. Try that. Yeah. Yeah, right there, right with the, so I really can hear for just a split second, for just the teeniest tiny second, I hear that F sharp with that G and that B and that E, because that is really not part of that.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
I think so.
I'm hearing a little bit like you're going to go a little bit to the, I want you to enjoy that F sharp with the E, G, and the B. Yeah, so do it, still do it fast, but just enjoy the thing. There you go. Ta-da, yeah, yeah. Ta-da, yeah, and then there you go. Yeah, so, okay, so try from the beginning, big circle, big sound. There you go, that's it. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Because we want to hear that crunchy. It's crunchy, sort of crunchy,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
okay.
crunchy, yeah, when we play that all together. Yeah, and then we get to the E, it's so, and especially so lovely when we get to the, right to the D major. Yeah, makes sense, because we're in D major, right?
Yeah.
And so what, if this is a one chord, right? This is tonic, this is do, right? D is do, yeah, or tonic, or one, or whatever, right? It's the key, right?
Mhm.
What would this be? Do you know what this chord would be, probably?
Hmm.
What is E in the key of D?
E. Okay, Ray?
Yeah, good, right, right,
Okay.
which is kind of an interesting, right? Yeah. So anyway, such an interesting combination anyway.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so start again, keep going, and keep going, and play all those, and all of these, right? The same, right, with that kind of crunchy. Yeah, that was lovely, I love that crunchy. Wonderful, lovely, wonderful. Now, could you, in these, not every edition has those little dash, what do those mean? You're playing, I mean, you know what those mean. What do those little dashes mean on top?
Like little accents?
Yeah, well, no, not so much accents.
Or just staccatos.
They're just staccatos,
Right.
right?
Yeah, actually, I think I'm like tap a little bit more than accent, right?
Yeah, right,
Okay.
right. Well, let's talk about those for a second. Because, you know, back in the day, the manuscripts we see from this era, right, they didn't have finale and Sibelius and Muscore, you know, all these wonderful software that we have that make things easy to put on, right? And so, what he did it by what? He did it by hand,
Yeah.
right? And so so somebody has to sit down with this manuscript that's all done by hand, right? You know, when I played, Leonis mentioned about me premiering that work, right? My Michael Young, he wrote a sonata for me, right? And he still writes everything by hand.
Yeah.
And so when I got his score, it was this big.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah? Yeah? A big score, and everything I was like, oh, wow, what lovely manuscript. So anyways, people are still doing that. Believe it or not, people are still doing that. Okay, all right, so what my point of that whole story, is that when he did a staccato, when he wanted to do a staccato, he was just doing a mark, right? He's just showing it, like a pen mark, right? He was using a, you know, what do you call it? Ink and pen, right? Like an inkwell, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so then we have to interpret that. And I would think, I don't know, but I would like you to try it instead of being an accent, actually a lift.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of being maybe not even quite as short. If you think down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up with your hand, it'll come out and you won't have to do anything else. You won't even have to play the note.
Okay.
Try it. Try that. And don't even worry about accenting anything else. Just go up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, now make a little crescendo. There you go. Yeah, because we're really heading, right? We're really heading. It's all about to here, to here, to here, to here, to here, to here. Always remember that music, that bar lines and beams are simply a way that we discovered to organize music in a way so that we could all read the same thing, right?
Okay.
But bar lines and beams, flags, all of that have nothing to do with the music. The music almost always, 99.999% of the time, goes beyond the bar line, beyond the notation, right? Yeah, it's always, we're always moving somewhere, right? Music is always forward driven. Yeah, make sense? Okay, so here, starting again. Yeah, keep going. You're not doing it, you're going back to your original. You're going back to your original. Do it again. Yeah. Try more, yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Keep going. News, yep. Yep, and I really like that. Your teacher wrote that, and I love that marking. I would hold that all the way to that quarter note. Yep.
Oh yeah, I keep
Yeah.
forgetting about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Wrote
It's
all
all
these
good.
markings and I keep
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I know, because once you get into staccato, it's easy to stay in staccato. But let's try to hold it because we're at the end of a phrase. This is called periodic phrasing, right? He's asked the question, right? Then he's asked the question at the beginning, right? The first 1, 2, 3, 4 measures is the question. Then he answers it by the next 4 measures. We call that periodic phrasing. Equal phrasing, yeah.
Okay.
Question and answer. Antecedent and consequent are the fancy terms, right? But once we've really arrived somewhere, because now we're doing something else, right? Next we have something else. So you want to hold it, breathe, and then start.
Okay.
Make sense? Okay, so let's start right here on the second time. Here's the consequent, yeah. And hold, there you go. And can you really look at that? I like that marking. It's forte, and then it's like almost a soupy tubi piano. It's like orchestra. It's so orchestral. Haydn, wrote 104. We actually think now it's 106 symphonies. There's 2 more after that. Yeah, so 106. It is crazy. It is crazy. There's nobody. I don't know of anybody that wrote that many symphonies, right? Yeah, and so a lot of his piano music is so orchestral. Do you know what I mean? He wrote a lot more symphonies than he did piano sonatas. Okay? All right. So this is like strings. Think of that as strings, right? And they start premier d'arche. What was it? Pre-coupe d'arche, right? First strike of the bow. Think about that, and then get softer. Okay. Here we go. Big arm blast like this beginning. Yep.
Wait, it's starting.
I do want to start right there. Well, no, don't start right there because that's not good. Start right here again.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. Can you start a little bit softer? There you go, and get louder.
Okay.
Can you start right there? There you go. And here we go. That's it. There you go. Yeah, like it. Nice. Okay, so where's the melody here? Because I'm hearing an ostinato. This thing is an ostinato, right? This was orchestrated. That'd be like a second violin's going da 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 da. And what would be playing in this? Who would be playing the top line? Probably the first violins, right?
Okay.
Yeah? So can you think about this being like in 2 different instruments?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, can you hear it? Yeah, it's a totally different, because we pianists are so spoiled, because we can play entire symphonies, entire choral works, right? We're so privileged that we get to do that. And that's what I love about being a pianist more than anything else, is it takes like 20 people to do what I do, right?
Yeah, that's true.
With my brain, my 2 hands, and my feet. So, usually just one, right? Yeah? Okay? All right. So I want you to play it again, and I want you to just play the right hand for a second. Just play the right hand. I want you, it starts here, right? Look at that A's. Those are just pedal tones, right? Right? Sometimes it helps just even play it with a different hand, but I want you to try it right That's a bad place. Start right there again. But every time you hear, I want you to hear that line more than I hear that bottom note. No, not as much thumb, more top.
Okay.
2 instruments, right? At least 2. Okay, here we go. Right there. Yeah, right there. Right. There you go. There you go. Yeah, really throw your hand. There you go. Yes, that's the deal. Now play it there. Now I love the way you're going after it. Yep. At the beginning. Okay, so oopsies. Okay. Am I done my minute? I don't know if I have. Here, I'll wait till he cuts me off completely. Keep going. Never stop. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Oh, that's nice. So we're going to crescendo. Kind of doing the same thing. All right, again. Just to say, I know I'm probably out of time, is that when I don't know that I agree with this particular marking. I think I would crescendo through that high, going up,
Just the whole way starting from there?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Okay.
so. The thing of it is that remember that this is, good old Luxembourg decided to edit this, which means Connor can also, right, make decisions. Yeah, I always feel, you know what I mean? I can make decisions, right, interpreting, right, about things. Well, it's just a pleasure to work with you. Wonderful job. Wonderful job. Who is I think you get a break. I think you get a break for a minute.
Lucas is next, yes.
Yes, okay. Trying to go this way, yeah? Okay, we might need to. What do you think about the badge? Can I put your name up here?
School and age. Lucas, give us a little bit about you.
Yeah, tell us about you. Where do you go to school? What grade are you in?
I'm in 5th grade. I go to school at Immaculata Catholic School, and I'm 11 years old.
All right. And how long have you been playing the piano?
From 2 to 3 years.
Wow, great. Wonderful. Do you want to try the piano, see whether, I feel like you might, I don't know, I think you might need to be a little touch closer. What do you think? Do you feel like, it feels like you're going to have to stretch. I feel like you're in the next room, right, having to reach the piano. How's that? Let's try that. Does that feel good to you? Are you in a good height? Oh, you want to go back? Okay. Is that good? Yeah. Okay. Great.
What's he playing?
Oh, yes. What are you playing? Tell us what you're playing.
Valentina.
Okay. By who? Sonatina by
I don't know how to say it.
Hasslinger? Yeah. Thomas Hasslinger? Okay. All right. Somebody can correct me if that's incorrect, but I think that's how you say that. All right. Wonderful. And this is in, do we know what key we're in? Do you know what key you're in? What key you're in this sonata? Sonatina? C. And the key is C. Okay. All right. I look forward to hearing it. remember? Wow, okay, good, all right, that's great. And did you like it? Yeah, it's fun. What do you like about it? What's your favorite thing about it? Or two favorite things?
I
Or
like
three
the
favorite?
beat.
You like the beat? Yeah, yeah, because it's really rhythmic. Yeah, okay. All right, what else do you like about it? Anything else?
I like how it ends, but then it changes.
Oh, okay, okay. So he does a little something. He varies it, right? Does something a little different. And I like that too, right? Yeah, I like not always having the same, right? The same thing for dinner every night, right? It gets a little boring. Yeah, yeah, it gets a little boring. Okay. Well, I like a lot about what you're doing. I think it's great, and I love the way that you're doing a lot of changes in your articulation. Do you know what I mean when I say articulation?
Like the sound.
Well, like the staccatos and the legatos, right? The different ways of playing it. Yeah, you're doing a great job of that. Okay, so let's talk about where. I mean, this is sort of a, as my kids would say, a Captain Obvious moment. But where's the melody of this? Is it in the right hand or in the left hand most of the time?
Right.
Yeah, the right hand's got the melody. Although sometimes, right? What would you call this when we go right, that da 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 da, and then left hand follows it? What would you call it? How's that? What do you think about that? Do you think they're equally? They're equal? Yeah, they're more equal, right? They're more having like a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think of music always as conversation. Have you ever thought about it that way?
No.
You're telling a story, yeah, yeah. Because look at here at the beginning. So play that very first, like, right, the pickup in that measure. Just and stop at that G7 there. Okay, there it is. So does that sound like a question to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the next phrase, the next part is the answer. Okay, so play the answer. And so notice, yeah. So notice they're also, this is sort of based in C major, right? I mentioned it's C major, right? And this is a different chord, right? We would call that a G7, right? Yeah. Okay. So can you use your? I know you have an imagination because I can tell the way you play. Can you think about two people having a conversation? What would that person be asking? You think? Well, no, let's make something up.
How's your day?
Okay, there we go. Yeah. How are you today? Right? Yeah. How are you today? And then what would the answer be? Hopefully the answer would be,
I'm good.
yeah. Right. Right. I'm good. Hopefully, right? I'll just make up something, right? I am very fine. Right? How are you today? I am very fine. Okay, so play that again and be thinking about that and see if that doesn't change the way. That's it. Good. Yeah. Okay. And so now, what do you think's going on here? What's the conversation?
The guy is asking more questions.
Well, yeah, he's asking more questions, right? It's a longer question, right? Just play that melody. That's a longer question. Just the melody, just the right hand. Can you do that? Or the both hands? Yeah. Okay. Do you want to do it both? Sure. And then we'll hear it. What do you think the ending statement then? So it's, right, how are you today, right? I am fine, right? I am very fine. And then what?
What have you been doing?
Okay, what have you been doing today? What have you been doing lately? All right, great. And then the answer, if that's the question, then the answer, right, has to be this really wonderful, right? The answer is a kind of a surprise, isn't it? Because this question, right, the beginning question was a lot like the answer, right? But this question then sparks, like he's telling you all about what he's done today, which may be a complete surprise. Yeah? So think about that. Play again. Think about this is right. I love that. I love your imagination. And this is the answer to that. He's answering. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, nice, right? So there's sort of of a bit of this. I love these, right? These tune-up phrases, and you're doing so well. I would hold on to them as long as possible. And I see that your teacher's written that to you on the top, and I just really love that. Because, you know, holding those, right? Don't get in a hurry to get off of them. Yeah, can you play, yeah, right there? Yeah, and then, yeah, there you go, right? Yeah, and then the answer, right? It's almost like here, they're talking back and forth to each other, right? Yeah, okay. And you start here, or do you need, or here, or do you need to start back? Okay, yeah, and then the left hand, yeah, and then the left hand, can you play the left hand with it? There you go. There you go. Yep, keep going. Could you play that just a little faster? Can you play that little E a little faster, that little grace note? Yeah. Can you almost play it with it? Like that? Look at that. Can you do that? Yep, just do this. Just do. Yep. I think you're in a different. I'm right here. I'm right here. Yep, right here. What finger are you using there? Third finger? Yeah, so just do it. Yes, just go. Yeah, good again. Yeah, now play the rest of it. Even faster. Almost together. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start? You want to start back here? Where would be good? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, let's look. Yeah, gotta kind of throw your hand a little bit. Try to go in. Think in. Think in. Yep. Yeah, that's better. Okay, all right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, here we go. So here we have this left hand. So what is that hard for you? Is that left hand hard? You think that is that left hand hard? Tell me. Is that easy? Is that an easy thing? I just want to know. Yeah. Is it easy? Good. Okay, good. Yeah. What are you thinking when you play that? What are you thinking when you play it? What's your technique? Tell us.
I just did like a pattern.
Okay, so it's just a pattern. Yeah, yeah. And when you play, are you thinking? What are you thinking at all this motion? Are you thinking at all this motion? Are you? It looks like you are. That's called forearm rotation. Yeah. Did you know that? Right? It's doorknob, right? It's a doorknob. Yeah, notice your forearms right. Yeah, yeah. The more you do that, the more you allow your wrist to do that, and at your fingers, the easier that will be. Yeah. There you go. There you go. And then it's easier to change, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Can you start right here? Make both hands together. Right there. Can you start right there? Yeah, is that bad? Is that a bad place to start? Okay, good. Where would you like to start? Oh, there. You like to start there? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. There you go. So notice here, this is legato, right? So yeah, let's play that legato because later it becomes staccato, and that's kind of cool. So let's try legato. There you go. Keep going. So let's talk about this conversation. What's going on here? What do you think this conversation is? What do you think that the right hand's asking now? We've talked about how good we are. We've talked about what we've been doing today. Or is this more about what we're doing? Do you think this is more?
I think it should be like a story.
Okay, okay. And what kind of story? Tell me a story. Tell me a story.
They were doing.
Like,
they were doing something that they stumbled upon. Something.
Like what? Stumbled upon what? Yeah, like what? What did they stumble upon?
They saw a bear.
Oh boy! Wow, that's fantastic. And where exactly do they see the bear? I love that. Where do they see the bear?
Right outside the church.
Okay, right outside this church. Well, that could actually happen, right? That could actually happen. That is a real thing. But where in the music then do they see the bear? Where in the music do they see the bear? Oh, right there. Okay. Can you play it? Like it's okay. That's what we're doing. We got a story and we're seeing a bear, and it's right there, right? Yep. Oh, there you go. Wait. I think we're in the wrong. We're gonna start. Yep. There you go. There you go. Yeah, and then we're going to talk about the bear because we're going to say, are you scared? Right? This is sort of conversation. Oh, I just don't know all about that bear. I just don't know. Right? Talking about whether they should run away. Keep going. I'm sorry, I'm talking about your play. And now they're really running. I think. Do you think? I think they're running. Let's do it. I think they're running. Maybe they're tiptoeing away because they're really scared. They think, if we just sneak away, right? Yeah, there you go. That's it. You got it. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. I'll be quiet this time, right? Yeah. And then the bear's really close, right? Because that's a sforzando. So they're like, woo, ow, whoa. Right?
They're running away.
Yeah, but they're like they're also yelling, like, ah, right? Yeah, sorry, I mean to scare you. Here we go. Here, right? I got it. Like, wow, right? They got away. Do you think they got away, or do you think the bear ate them? And that's the deal, right? Right? You know, it's just gone. They're just gone, right? That's the end of it. Oh, great. You're thinking maybe a grizzly bear. I think we're in the wrong part of the country, but I like the way you're thinking, right? Yeah, that's good imagination. Good for you. All right. So what are we going to do here in this next section? What are we doing? Have we seen this before? Have we seen this before? Does that look familiar, or is that brand new?
Kind of similar there because down here's chords and up here's legato.
Okay. And these are more, yeah, okay. They kind of like that. So, okay, now where are we in the story? Tell me where are we? What are we doing now?
Now the bear's just walking around town.
Okay, right? And everybody's leaving town, right? Because that's usually what happens, because everybody gives bears lots of birth, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so let's play that. Okay, so here we are. Could you hold on to that just a little bit more, too? Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Thank you. I'm sorry. Yeah, do you want to start there again? Sorry, I think I've confused you with the bear story. I think you're in the wrong chord. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
No.
There. Christine, after that? Yeah. That's a great chord, isn't it? That's the best chord in the whole piece. Do you think that's the best chord? Do you like that chord? I love that chord. Yeah. I mean, when you get into college and you become a music major, we'll talk about that chord in theory too, right? And we'll call that a German sixth chord. Yeah, actually, it's an Italian six. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, we'll talk about that. But anyway, but the deal of it is that we're really trying to get to that chord, right? Yeah, and the bear. And notice, do you see what is the bear doing here? What's going on? Do you notice how the chords keep changing? And all of a sudden, you have to play all these accidentals, right? So the bear's kind of sneaking around. Yeah, just hear that. Can you play just the left hand so you can hear that? How wonderful that is. Right down here. And then what? And now we're in F major. Okay, now we're going to be in D minor. Yeah. Now we're going to get back to C. And now we're in C. And now we have a big C. friends, okay? Right? Because sometimes the music, well, at least for me, and I think for you too, because I'm really hearing a great story here, is that the music paints all kinds of wonderful pictures. And I have my great teacher, I mentioned it, Dr. Gates at OU, he used to always say, okay, pick a story this day, and then tomorrow pick another one, right? Because that's the great thing about music that we play. It doesn't have words. Yeah? And so we can make up our own stories. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. Yes, 1 minute. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, I want to hear this again. Can you start there and keep going? I want to hear this lovely run that you do. Where would be a good place to start so I can hear that? Where do you think? Yeah? Or should we start, do you want to start here again? You want to start right there? So right there. Okay. What do you think? Because we're going back to the beginning. What do you think? Because we're going to go back to the A section, right? We're going to play that thing. So, do you think the bear's gone away?
Yeah.
Yeah? Where's he gone?
Back to the forest.
Back to the forest. Okay, into his den, right? Yeah, yeah. And the people are gone where?
Into the house.
Yeah, into their houses, right? And all is good until we start the whole question again. About, okay, so now, how are you? Right? Because now you've just seen a bear. Right? So this is different than this because we've already gone through a whole bear experience, right? And so when you come back, right? Because all music is a journey, right? And the journey is what's important, right? Yeah. And you get to the end, you get through it to the other end where you play the beginning again, but somehow that beginning is different, right?
I think it's the same thing, but right here the bear's confused.
Oh, I love that bear confused, right? And that G7 is a very confusing chord. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that's Sforzandi. Yeah, that's Sforzando. Yeah, he's deeply confused, right? Yeah, because he's met all these people, right? And they're just so weird and in his space, right? Yeah, in his space. Yeah, great. You have been such a treat to listen to and to talk with. Thank you for your imagination, my friend. Good job.
All right. We have a duet left here.
Yes.
So excited.
Yeah, very exciting. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's see. Where would here maybe? You thinking?
I was wondering the same thing. What do you think? She's violinist.
Right, right. So I'm thinking, but usually they're kind of in a little bit of a truck. I don't know. What do you think?
It can be over.
Or they can,
To be
yeah.
on the camera, you need to
Yeah,
come
maybe
this way a little
yeah,
bit.
she needs, yeah. Do you have this number?
She's on the camera.
Hey, you need to, yeah, okay, okay.
It's chamber music, so
Yeah, I was gonna say, she can have music, absolutely.
Yeah, this doesn't need to be full screen.
Yeah, no, yeah, it has to. Does it need to go higher for you? Oh, do you want me to turn it? I'll turn it for you. Do you want me to turn it for you? Or do you want? Okay, I can turn it for you.
Actually, I can.
Or something, yeah?
So you can listen from
Okay, okay.
Turning the page
I
of your own.
I just worry that this isn't high enough. Is this high enough? Yeah.
Sorry, if it's because like it's up against it out like that. Is that the girl?
Okay, well,
Because she was turning it fine at home.
okay,
I think she would.
all right. But that's good. I mean, yeah, I just want to make sure she's comfortable, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm not sure why that would be.
I'm sorry, just be quiet.
I'm not sure why that would be harder. I don't know.
Well, if you want me to, I can.
Yeah, whatever works.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are they playing?
Oh yeah, what are you playing? Somebody tell us what you're playing. Thank you. And Cara, you're Connor's sister, is that?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And how old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay. And where do you go to school?
I do online. I attend time for it. It's really fun.
Okay. Wonderful. And how long have you been playing the violin?
About 10 or 9 years.
Okay. Were you a Suzuki baby?
I was.
Okay. All right. I had some Suzuki babies too. All right, wonderful. Oh, yeah, we still don't know what you're playing. I know what you're playing, but somebody tell them you guys tell them what you're playing. What you playing?
We were playing Sonatina.
And who's it by?
Dvorak.
Dvorak. Anthony Dvorak. Nice job, and what a lovely thing, brother and sister, to play chamber music together. Warms my heart in a serious way. Good for you. And you're doing a lovely. I don't know a lot about the violin, so I'm probably not going to say a lot, sweet pie. Sorry, but I do know quite a bit about piano. I'm going to say a couple of things for you, okay?
Okay.
So, all right. So, my gosh, you're playing so sensitively. I'm so impressed. Like, you're just really always trying to be accompanying her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
that's
good.
the goal.
Yeah. But, this is chamber music. And sometimes you are the star here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the whole point of like sonata. I mean, a sonatina is just a little sonata, right? And almost all sonatas, chamber music, the pianist isn't always accompanying. Sometimes it's got the melody. Sometimes it's got the real deal. So let's look at this. So beginning, right? You're definitely, right? But indeed, that's kind of important. Play that beginning again. That's pretty important. Yeah, I mean, right? It's not insignificant either. And notice, right? Yeah. And notice though, when do you have the melody? When do you really have the melody? And you're not just
here?
Yeah. Play that melody a second. Yeah. Yeah, and here you have it big time. Yeah, you have big time melody here, and even though it's pianissimo, I'd like to hear a pianissimo that would last all the way to the back of Carnegie Hall. Right? It's really not about pianissimo as it is relative to everything else you're playing, and because you are the star here, I'd like to see a lot more. Try from here, much more like you're the solo. She's accompanying you here, not the other way around. Oh, you have the soft pedal on. Take that off.
Okay.
Here we go. Much more melody. Big mezzo forte at least. Yeah. Exactly. Keep going. Yep. Yeah, and when you play that sforzando, can you hold on to it? You're playing a staccato. Can you play? Right. Really, yeah, right. Okay. So I just want you to, when you're playing through this with her, I want you to, take your pencil, right, and mark the places in which you're the star, because it's not always the violinist. Yeah, I mean, the violinist is important. A lot of times they're playing the melody, right? But sometimes they're in a really high tessitura, which means range, right? You've ever heard that word tessitura, and they're high range, and they're going to soar over you anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because they're in so much higher range.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because they're higher pitched.
Yeah, because they're so mad. The pitch is so high, and high pitch almost always can be heard. It's like, if you play something high on the piano, you don't have to work as hard to play it loud, right? Yeah. But low and sometimes the middle especially, you got to really work to make it loud. So when you get to so don't be afraid to play out.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't always take a back seat. Yeah, to the violinist, because you're actually her partner.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Right, so where else do you think? Like here, for example, like that when you have a little triplet figure, can you play that? Yeah, I mean that is indeed right, accompaniment, but it is indeed a wonderful counterpart to what she's doing. So anyway, so even when let's pick another spot. Here, right, that's melody. What's another spot where you've got melody? Where's another spot where you've got the melody? How about it? Yeah, up there. Yeah, and you're in conversation. Okay, so this is a great point. So she plays that, right? And now you've got to play it. So start right there. Can you start right there and bring out that left hand? Yeah, so that's really were doing, what would that be? What instrument that be, you think?
Strings?
Yeah, what kind of string?
Not prominent strings, because it's sort of like,
Yeah, but the left hand, yeah, but the first violins and the second violins are doodling around up there, but this bottom line, this left hand, who's got that?
yeah, I guess the, like, more prominent violins.
I'd say cellos. Let's try cellos.
Cellos?
Do it again. Do it
Oh,
again,
yeah,
and
'cause
think
it's
about
slow.
cellos. Yeah, think about cellos. Do it again. Think about cellos playing in it. Lots of big sound. Big cellos and long bows. Long bows. Even more. Yeah, right? You can even do more, right? Because it's also in a spot, a range that doesn't come out so much. Do you see what I mean? Try to get even more left hand. More left hand. That can't have too much left hand. Yep. Yes, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Okay, right. So all those spots, right, that you've got the melody, right, which is look this wonderful little triplet thing you've got there. Play that. That's so wonderful, and you should bring that out. Yeah. Pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool, right? And I could hardly hear it when you get out because you weren't bringing it out, right? That's another spot.
Okay.
So just bring out all those spots. Go through, right? There's another spot, right? You're playing. Yeah, we've done that before, right? Another thing I want to say is at the end, can you play those more seriously? And so that's maybe not a great word to say, but make it a little roll them with a little bit more speed and end up on the G on beat 1. Yeah, so, yeah. Yeah, so roll them so that it ends up on beat 1. You got to start before the beat. Start before the beat. Yeah, can you roll them more like, and go to the G, go to that G, go to the G. You're headed to the G. Your direction is the G. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. 1. There you go. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Because that's your last hurrah. Because you're going to end soft. You're going to pianissimo, right? So make sure that when you go, and the G, the top G, goes on beat 1. It's long. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Start back a little bit. Because this you have the melody here, by the way. Seen a harp? Harp is it's that. That's that. Yeah. Think that, okay? All right, but overall, and when you're playing these, think about a circle. Think about a circle that goes clockwise. It's like,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and the more, try that. Yeah, the more you get your arm going, the less your fingers will have to suffer just making it to that. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? Because that was much better. Try it both hands together with that and the circling, yeah? There you go. That's better. Yes, much better, right? And remember, there's a circle on each one of these big chords, just like in the Haydn, yeah? Don't be afraid to use circle. Terrible angle. Yeah, try just that left hand. Once again, cellos and basses together, right? Think orchestral. Yeah. So every action, this one takes you to this one, which takes you to this one, which takes you to this one, right? The up becomes the next down, be over the note before you need it. Okay. That's better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, the circle is your friend. Yeah, the circle gets you where you need to go. It also can help your fingers do what they need to do without your fingers having to work so hard, right? Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because earlier I saw a lot of finger action here and not a lot of circle. So just want to remind you, right? Because once I reminded you, you did it. So that's very good. Okay, so what are we gonna do? You're gonna go home, you're gonna find all the places where you're the star, right? Yeah, you're gonna circle them, right? And most of the time, the Vortex's been really great. He's giving you clues because he's giving you the forte.
Right.
So don't be afraid of the fortes.
Okay.
The more, anytime you have a forte, and then you in turn, right, you need to listen when he has, right? Then you need to talk to each other, right? As duet partners here, and talk to each other about, make sure everybody knows, right? When you have the melody, and then she has the melody, right? Yeah. And then, right? And then you've got a real conversation with another, right? With another musician, which is pretty cool. A whole different story, right? With another character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That would be the next thing. That would be the next thing that I would do with this. And don't be afraid to play out. And be careful about that unicorn pedal. Use it only when you really need soft.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, like when I'm not the main player.
Yeah, you can maybe put it on, but only then when you're soft.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you see what I mean? Because sometimes I have trouble even, hearing you. Yeah, your part is always important, just not as important sometimes. Makes sense, right? But never think you're just always supposed to be in the background as the pianist playing chamber music.
Okay.
Makes sense because you're doing really well. Yeah, this is not an easy piece. This is not an easy accompaniment at all. It's not an easy chamber music. It's really not accompaniment. It's just chamber music. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Do you have any questions about this piece?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah. Once again, right, when you have fortissimo, you both have, right here, notice, right? You both have fortissimos for Zombie, right? Yeah. Okay. Great. Well done. Thank you.
Do we have time to hear just a little bit more from them, the both of them, like the first page or something, now that
Yeah, sure.
Now that you've done this
Absolutely.
work?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank
Let's
you.
hear the very
don't
front
mind.
page, right? So think about, right? So where melody, right? You're going to have melody, right? Remember, it's not. You see what I mean? Because you have the melody, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Bring it out. Bring out the melody. Nice credit card, that was great. Good for you, good for you.
Before you all sit down, can I get a picture with Leo? Yes, and the performers and, Teresa?
Sure.
Please.
Nice
Come on up,
job,
please.
nice job. All right, okay. Yeah. Here, you. Where's the, this picture thing is.
I guess this is an invitation for anyone to take a picture.
All right, there you
Come all the way
go.
in front.
Here, you
Yeah,
come in
that's
front.
it.
There you go, because you're a little shorter. Okay.
Yeah, Lulu. Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, sorry.
Oh, one more.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh,
So-
oh, okay, wait.
Oh, one more?
Or, oh.
One more? While we have our three performers up here, can we give them one more?
You all did great.
Congratulations, you three. Thank you so much. You guys are absolutely wonderful, and I know we'll be hearing from you again in the future. Can we also have a round of applause, please, for our commission? And I believe Karen has a token of appreciation. Thank you, guys.
Oh, right, yes. Oh, look at that. You were so
Wow.
sweet. Yeah.
Let's show the camera.
Look at
I
that.
love the basket rug. Where did you
There it
get
is.
that? That was
Oh, that
fabulous.
is a great, it's a great basket. Look at that. Great. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
everyone.